priorities, guys. Like I say, to be honest with you, I fell a bit out of love with collecting retro gaming in general. I've had so much on my mind. The way I've been trying to, like I say, ease back into things, like I say, things are a little bit more where there was, and I did do a bit of collecting. And because I haven't got a video out there, I know I sent a video before saying I'm back, and I never followed on for it. So I thought I'd just, like I say, get this video out here that's been promised for you guys. It's like I say, it's pretty spectacular pickup that I got for you. In fact, it's damn right awesome in my view. Something I'd certainly love to see in a pickups video. So I'm just going to get on with it, guys. I'm just going to blast through and we'll just see where we end up. So I've got both Sega and Nintendo. I'm going to start on some of the Sega stuff, and I'm just going to put it right out there and just give you, like I say, an awesome game. Like I say, straight there, it's Snatcher, it's Mega CD. It's probably one of the most sought after titles. I got this one from Ireland. Let's see, really good condition. Manual itself, it's got a tiny bit of water damage on the front. As you can see there, manual's a little bit off. Artwork on case, pretty good. Disc itself, yeah, very light scratches on there. Really happy with that. It was the first time when I bought it. It was around Christmas time that I'd actually got this. It's one on the list that I needed to get. It's a big hitter, cost a pretty penny, but it's Snatcher on the Mega CD. It's a great game. It plays homage to Metal Gear Solid as well, which is pretty cool. It's a big one to get out of the way that I wanted. Guys, that's my first title, probably of 20 plus items to show you. Snatcher, Mega CD. I'll put some of them up here, but like I say, I'm going to have to move around a little bit. Mega Drive, Streets of Rage 3 on the Sega Mega Drive. Complete, brilliant game. Not as good as the second. The second's what the music that you can hear now that I've got playing in the background. It's just Streets of Rage 3. Fairly good condition, not the best that I'm used to collecting, but I can show you it's pretty decent enough. Like I say, nice sought after Mega Drive title. Now, going to a rare title for the Mega Drive. The only game in my collection that I don't have complete. Annoying, but I think you'll understand why when I show you. Let's get straight to it. Probably in the top 5 most rarest Mega Drive games, in my opinion. Pirates of Darkwater, Mega Drive. Extremely hard to pick this up. Rarely comes up on eBay. I didn't get it off eBay. I got it from a guy who was clearing his collections out on Sega Galaxy. Very lucky to get this off him. I think it was only because I've done some business before. Like I say, only game I have that doesn't have the manual, and I highly doubt I'll be able to get hold of it. Artwork, brilliant condition. Cart itself, going on manual. A little bit of wear on the top, very little. Generally pretty good. Pins not too shabby either. That's Pirates of Darkwater, Mega Drive. So glad I've got this. Fairly decent game too. I know there was a version on the Super Nintendo that was different to that. But Mega Drive's certainly a decent title to own, and like I say, it's one of the big ones out of the way. Okay, Master System. In fact, there's one of a Mega Drive game. As you can tell, my shelves are quite bare. It's not that I've got rid of out, it's just because I've been moving things around. Sonic and Knuckles. I forgot about this one. Been waiting a while to get this because of the boxes are usually in quite bad condition. This one itself's in pretty decent nick. As you can see, a little bit of wear on the front there. tiny bits of scuff on the side, but the actual cart inlay inside is decent. I won't open that one up because I've got a lot to get through. Sonic & Knuckles, Mega Drive, Master System, Phantasy Star, again complete, excellent condition. One of the more sought after RPGs, a very early RPG for the Master System. Great game. Obviously followed up with the Mega Drive ones as well. But that's Phantasy Star on the Master System. Sorry if it seems a bit rushed, guys. Look, I just want to get the video out there for you, and there's quite a few bits to get through. Okay. Next title, Alex the Kid in Miracle World. Love this game as a kid. I know there's a lot of loose carts around. Harder to get with the obviously the actual box manual. I believe did come in the with the consoles, but the actual case itself is quite hard to get. Managed to pick this up from sore thumbs again around Christmas time, so I'm pretty happy to have that in the collection. That's Alex the Kid in Miracle World in very good condition. Right, where to start next? That's pretty much all the Sega stuff, but there is some, like I say, Nintendo gear to get through. Now, before I get on to games, I've got something to show you, and if you're thinking it's a console, not yet. Nintendo Power copy edition, edition 1. Excellent condition throughout. So there's the maps and everything for Zelda in there, I believe, Zelda. Excellent condition. It come up on the UK eBay, obviously with this I believe is originally American. I don't think a lot of people searching for it, so I was able to put a cheeky bid in and get it. Still not expensive as a game, but no, I'm glad I've got this. I can imagine it's getting a lot harder to get hold of. Condition's fairly decent. There's a little tiny bit of a crease on the back there, but apart from that, it's brilliant. We've got the poster and everything in there. Iconic magazine to have, and that's like I say, Nintendo Power issue 1. Right, where should we start next? NES. Straight off the bat, Snake's Revenge, follow up to the original Metal Gear Solid. Excellent game. For the NES, not a lot of people know that Metal Gear Solid actually was on the NES. If I can actually get this one open, just bear with me. These are Sentinel cases, a little bit hard to open at times. So they all have different mechanisms on them. This one here, it's that good condition. It's quite rare to see with the tags on. Well, for me it is anyway. Got a tag on it. A box. It's pristine. Very good condition. Just to give you an idea of, generally most of the NES games are like this. Manual. Excellent condition. Membership card standard. Baggy. Another Konami poster. It's obviously got the original Metal Gear on there if anyone knew that was available. Other various games. Nice tad little manual, to be fair. And there you go. That's just to get an idea. Excellent all-round condition. Pins. Label. It's a tidy game. All these are games as well. PAL here. I ain't got any PAL beat. Trying to stick to PAL here. If I needed to, I would get some PAL Bs if it was like ridiculous on price, possibly like with Balloon Fight, something like that. But as it is at the moment, I'll stick with that. Put that there. Save time. I will pack them back up later. The video's finished. Right, Russian Attack. This here is pure nostalgia. One of the original Nintendo games that I played back in the day. It's Army. It's a platform game. It's it's excellent. I just absolutely love this game. I love the music, I love the mechanics of the game. It really brought me back to myself being, you know, maybe 9 years old or something when I played this again. Was blown away. I think I remember playing it on a ROM, like on an EverDrive cart, something like that, and I was like, I have to buy this. And then it come in Sawfun's shop, and the condition of it is brilliant. It's totally complete. Everything's in there. Condition of box is absolutely great. Like I say, I always try to get the best condition. If it's not, I'll usually hold out unless it's like a really hard to get hold of title, and then I'll maybe make a little bit of exception. But that's Russian Attack, name and copy. Okay, following on from before, the original Metal Gear Solid. Again, excellent condition. I believe this one, I think I got it offline. Just trying to remember, honestly. It's been a while ago since I bought it. A lot of these I bought like around the times of me, like my last videos. I was going to put another video out, but I never did, and then I stopped collecting for age. Believe it or not, I collected for a long time. That's Metal Gear Solid. Again, this is complete. Would not have this without the manual or anything like that. Metal Gear on the NES. Good little game for the time. I do actually remember playing this as a kid as well. So it does bring back a lot of memories for myself. That's Metal Gear on the NES. Get it if you haven't got it, honestly, give it a try. Right, if you guys remember before on the other videos, I bought Zelda 2, and I was always wanting to get the first one. Well, I got it. Map complete, very good condition. Like I said, I'm not going to take it out of the box. I don't know if you can get an idea from that. Obviously it's in its Sentinel case. I don't want to take up too much of your time. That's Zelda on the NES. Like I say, apologies guys if the games are getting it with that building for you. I ain't done the video for a while. But anyway. Right, so moving on. Let's do some Super Nintendo. I'm going to put two games out at once for you. Two classics, both launch titles, I believe. So we've got F-Zero and we've got Pilot Wings. Obviously Super Nintendo, both decent condition, obviously complete. F-Zero, I've gone back to that so many times, another bash on it, still great as always, exactly how I remember it. On the Pilot Wings, I did play it a bit when I was younger, not a lot, but I've seen a few, like I say, retro games of people playing it. Figured I had to get it. It's one of the originals. It has to be part of a collection, in my opinion, for anyone for Super Nintendo. So that's, like I said, Pilot Wings and F-Zero, both on the Super Nintendo. Right, time for a big hitter, big hitter. With this game, again, bought in and around Christmas, maybe just after. It's on eBay. Searching out for it for a while. Quite hard to get hold of in decent condition, fairly, especially for the right price. And it is, that's right, speaks for itself, it's Chrono Trigger. Right, this one here guys, I am actually gonna take out of its Sentinel case. Condition's good, it's not perfect. Show you the damage first. Like a tiny bit on the edges, which you probably expect, to be fair, for this age. But this is, like I say, Chrono Trigger, Super Nintendo, NTSC obviously. I believe there was Super Famicom, but there was never like a PAL European release. Okay, let's start. Cat, original baggy by the looks of it. Some of these games, this has been in my console as well, so it's quite dusty, but you can still see how decent condition that is. There's the pins, label, brilliant condition. So I'll pull these away after. We got leaflet. The Squaresoft registration card. Be a member of Squaresoft. The precautions book, leaflet, whatever you want to call it. Standard. Manual. Look at that, a little bit of a dink there. I don't know if that's when I've been putting it back in the case or if it was like that before. I think it was like that before. But apart from that, look at that. It's fairly decent. It smells. Just get that smell from it. Yeah, that's a Chrono Trigger, the manual. And some people do miss from when they're selling it, I've noticed, which I had to have them both. The maps, posters. There's the first one. Very good condition. These two really are minty. Don't look like they've really been used. Or certainly been well looked after. Smell that. Minty. It's Chrono Trigger, Super Nintendo. Right. Let's move some of these out of the way. Right, so we're whittling through now, guys. So a few items left, a few decent ones. Story on the next one. It's Christmas that's gone, so Christmas 2016. Wanted an item from Japan, cost a lot of money. Made a deal with Mrs. where I'll pay half, the rest of it can be from our Christmas box, we still get each other presents. She says, yeah, that's fine. Went to Japan, I didn't go to Japan, went online to a seller in Japan, obviously told him what I wanted, checked the feedback, wanted to source like I said, the best condition I could get. Bit of a clue, VR's a big thing at the moment, it weren't too big back in the 90s, but it certainly tried, and I think you guess what it is. It's the Virtual Boy. So box is a tiny bit dusty. Been on top of my shelf up there. Reasonably solid box. Very happy with that. It's got its like I say the inner case for the inner box, sorry, for the console to go in. Again, a little bit dusty. I haven't been on it for a while. I can show you. This is like really good condition. Both lenses work fine. Stands, everything's brilliant with this. There's no scratches on it. I'm sure this dust's getting picked up. Like I said, I do apologise for that. I should have probably given it a clean, but I didn't. So there you go. It's a Virtual Boy controller as well. Really good condition. Stick that there. With Virtual Boy, you obviously need a few games. So these games, I swear, are straight out of like a new box, brand new. When I was opening them, it's like never been opened before. Really are top quality. So let's get through them for you. Mario Tennis, excellent like launch game for it. Excellent original game to play. In depth, backwards and forwards, quite simple. To obviously show the technologies of the Virtual Boy. I love this game. Fairly cheap to get hold of, reasonably. Like I say, a lot of the games I don't think actually got released to the public, or they just didn't sell. So there's a lot of like say new old stock. Old new stock. Yeah. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. Regardless, Mario Tennis. Right. Tetris speaks for itself. Like I say, I think there was like about 18 games or something for Virtual Boy. Tetris is one of them. It's just Tetris in VR. Obviously all the games do play not in colour, apart from it just being red with a black background in it. Obviously that's to keep costs down. I think that was personally one of the main reasons the Virtual Boy never succeeded. I think if it had spent a bit more time, didn't rush out for development, I think they did because of the N64, because that was coming out. I think they should have held off, and I think VR could have been like I say, a lot further along, and there'd have been a lot more put into the Virtual Boy. And then I know Sega, they was going to bring a VR headset out, as well as Atari as well, I believe, which they only got to prototype level. But maybe they'd have come out if they'd seen how successful the Virtual Boy could have been. But there you go, it never did. One of my favourite Virtual Boy games, Vertical Force, kind of like an R-Type game, side-scrolling shooter. You can go from one level to another you can go from one depth to another to fight different ships, and then you can come back to dodge the other ones. It's absolutely brilliant. I think the soundtrack's fairly decent, unless I haven't played it for that long. But it's Vertical Force, brilliant condition, honestly. Galactic Pinball, it's just pinball in virtual reality, in depth, say 3D if you want to call it that. For the Virtual Boy, not too much to say. It's a good little game. It's filler, if anything. But like I say, it was limited for the amount of games. Next, Boxer. Like I say, good little boxing game for the Virtual Boy. It's again, I think it's a little bit harder to get hold of than some of the others. It's a good game. It's boxing. I don't know if you remember the, not Punch Out like on the SNES or the NES, but they had the ones in the arcade where you had the gloves where you put your hands into, went backwards and forwards. It's like a similar concept to that. It certainly reminds me of the perspective that you have from like first person. Yeah, Tower Boxer Virtual Boy. Another decent one to get, a little bit more expensive, not too bad. Mario Clash. Again, I remember opening this up, smelt new, looked new, like it's never been touched before. It's an excellent game. If you've ever played the Mario games, the original ones, where you've got the different pipes and you've got to knock the turtle so they turn upside down. The turtles are the spiky animals, do you want to call them that, the enemies. It's kind of like that, but it's just got its own little twist on it. Uses the depth feature quite well. Like I say, it's probably one of the more popular games on the Virtual Boy. It's a Mario Clash. Happy to have that in the collection. Right, I don't know which one to show you first. Right, I'm going to go for the obvious one, but the best game on the Virtual Boy, without a shadow of a doubt. Goes for a pretty little penny, and that's Wario. Excellent 2D platform, not 2D, it's 3D platformer. Like I say, it uses the depth on it quite well, where you can jump on to certain points and it'll bounce you back into the background and you can move along. It's the music and it's great. It really does emphasise Wario as a character. It's just brilliant. It honestly is. I love this game. That's Wario Land. If you haven't played it and you get a chance, do it. Whether it's emulation, yeah, do it as well. If you can't get a Virtual Boy, it's not worth missing out on the chance not to play it. But if you can do it in 3D, that'd be great. I wonder if like some of the HTC Vive and the Rift, I wonder if they'll actually support, different emulators to play this. I'm sure they will. If you've got one of them, have a look for it. Okay. Next up, probably another rare game on here. It's Jack Bros. Brilliant game, really is. If I could bloody understand the language on it. It's Jack Bros. I really don't know what to say. I've played it quite a bit. I believe it's like I don't want to get it wrong because I haven't played it for that long. I think it's kind of like a Zelda, like sort of like a type of RPG-ish game. Like I say, it is in Japanese, so it does take it off a little bit from it. But there you go. That's the way it is. I'm pretty sure there is the. I think it's done on a American cart as well, but it's probably a lot more. But yeah, that's Jack Bros. One other game that I haven't got, that's on my Virtual Boy stuff. One game I haven't got that I really want, but is a ridiculous, and I mean a ridiculous amount of money, is like I say, the Space Invaders. Looking at 500 quid for that game from Japan. But I'm thinking, Are we really going to justify paying that for Space Invaders? Maybe if it comes across at the right price, but pretty much that's the Virtual Boy collection. Don't really see me getting too many more, maybe odd game or so. There is like a cart, like kind of like an Everdrive, like a flash cart that you can get for it, where there's certain ROMs that people have made that you can play on there. There's like a Super Mario Kart that was never finished, that's on there, and games like that. But I really do think in a couple of years, when people have started hacking the ROMs that was originally released, it could be some pretty decent games if the retro community continue that way. Right, I've only got one more item for the time being, so I'm going to show you this, and then we'll obviously just go from there really. This item, I've been wanting it for a while. I keep seeing like certain things of it. Don't want to say now because I spoil it, but I basically keep seeing the part of what I'm wanting, and I never end up buying it, and no one will sell it to me. So I just went out and bought the full thing itself. Look, I'll just get on with it. It's Street Fighter 2, Super Nintendo, full console, very good condition. It's got all the inlays, the top cover for the inlay, obviously the console pad, etc, etc. Really good. It did come with this Sentinel case, which is fairly decent. It's not too bad. Looks a tiny bit bigger than the box, not a lot. But yeah, that's Street Fighter 2. I have got a Super Nintendo, but it was custom one that someone had done for me, just with the paint job, which is there. I don't know if you can see that, white and gold. But I wanted an original. I wanted it boxed, so I went out, probably spent a little bit more on it. It's what I wanted, to be fair. So it really held out. It was kind of an impulse purchase. Look, moving forward, guys, I really don't know what else. I don't want to commit to too much because it's been a while since I put a video out there. I'll tell you now, I've actually ordered another retro game, first time in a while, believe it or not, and this game is by far the most sought after and expensive in my collection, honestly, by far. That's been ordered. I had to get it from abroad, so it's going to take a while to get here. Condition of it is very, very, very good. The actual game itself, I think it's only been used once or twice, but I don't want to spoil it. What I'll do is I will, if you guys want to see it, I'll put the video out there. It is, again, that would deserve its own video. So yeah, look, this is what I've picked up, guys. All this will be going back on the shelves. That's why the shelves are a little bit bare. I can hopefully, moving forward, I can start getting into the gaming a little bit more. I just don't have too much motivation with it. Like I say, I did lose me passion a lot with things that have happened. My priorities have changed. But look, I want to obviously stay part of the community and hopefully finally get to meet some of you guys, and like I say, meet with some people who have got similar interests of what I have. You know, retro is great. I am starting to find that niche for it again, hence purchase that I've just bought. But like I said, I do love playing the games as well. Probably don't get as much time, as you can clearly see, that I'd like to play them. But look, guys, just to wrap the video up for you, it's OnlineRetro. This is, like I say, the last few months of me. Well, this is pretty much just before my last video had gone out, my last collection. Most of this was bought around the time I was going to do the pickup then, but I haven't. But no, I hope you like it, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, if you want to see the next video, just give us a comment and I'll go from there.